I am going to my life in 6 months, and I'm going to show you every single step of the process. Now, I know that sounds super dramatic, and there is a lot that I have to be thankful for, and I'm talking more specifically about my work life and being my own boss and the things that I want to achieve by the end of the year. Just to put a little bit of context to this, I've been my own boss for the last 5 years. It started with real estate and then transitioned into content creation, where I built faceless YouTube channels for the past few years. I knew that I needed to make my videos better, but I was so focused on being monetized and getting out as many videos as possible that I didn't focus on growth, and I got demonetized because all my videos were the same. And now I'm forced to do something that I've wanted to do for the last few years. And that is building a personal brand and showing the entire process from the very beginning. So how am I actually going to change my life for the better in the next 6 months? I'm going to break down every single step of the process in this video and use this as something to look back on as I go through the process. So the first thing that I'm going to do is post on this personal brand page on all 4 social medias that I have for it. So that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I want to make sure that every single day I have a piece of content that gets published, whether these are scheduled out or ones that I am making and posting that same day. There's a few important things about this that will lead to success. I need to learn from every single piece of content and take time to self-reflect. So I'm going to do weekly videos where I look at the growth of the pages that I have and also see what I need to improve on. I want to always be learning with this one, even if there's a bunch of small things that I can do to each video, it will compound and make them better in the long run. I also need to not give up, even if I am 4 months in and have 5 followers on everything. Now, if I'm learning from each video, hopefully that's not the case, but I am sticking to this and showing every single part of this process. If by the end of it, I barely have any followers and no views, I probably wasn't learning much from it, so I'm really gonna hope that that's not the case, but at least I can stick to my word and show the realities, and maybe some people can learn what went wrong and use it in their own content. Second thing that I'm going to do kind of feeds off one of the aspects of the first one. I am going to be extremely self-reflective throughout this process. Like I mentioned, every week I'm going to see what worked and what didn't, and this will provide value to people watching because they can learn from my mistakes and learn from what works. Another huge aspect to this is I need to start being reflective in my own life. I have always struggled with work-life balance. I try to outwork my problems and outwork learning. So I need to be reflective on this. And every single week, I need to sit back and see where can I improve with work-life balance so that the time that I'm working is actually productive. Self-reflection is something that I have thought that I've been good at in my life because I am very hard on myself and I can easily take the blame for things, but I have been not reflecting on how that actually affects me and my business. Yes, it's good to acknowledge where you can improve, but there needs to be a balance, and I need to see that the way I was doing things has not been working. So every single week, I want to make sure that I'm learning from my mistakes and seeing how I can improve as a person and within my personal brand. I always tell myself that I'm gonna do this, but I don't. In the past, I have proven this because with my real estate career, I said I was gonna take days off, but I didn't feel like I deserved them until I achieved success. Now, of course, you will not achieve success if you are constantly burnt out and unhappy. And I thought I learned from this, and then when I was making faceless YouTube channels, the second I got monetized, instead of taking a step back and being happy with myself and continuing to learn, I doubled down and did quantity over quality. So this self-reflection throughout every aspect of the process will be a major point to getting the success that I want and the personal growth by the end of the year. The third thing that I'm gonna do might be the most important part of all of this. I need to treat this personal brand and social media like a business. In the past, I thought that I needed a certain amount of subscribers or followers before I even started thinking about monetization opportunities. In my mind, I needed 10,000 to even be in that conversation. Now, especially with a personal brand and where things are going with user-generated content, we're seeing people with under 1,000 followers get a good amount of money for niche-specific brand deals and content. There are so many ways to monetize your content that is not ad revenue. Most of the successful creators who do this full time, less than 10% of their money made is ad revenue. Also, with YouTube and other platforms, you never know when they're just going to change something and take away ad revenue. So it is so important not to rely on that. There's going to be a few main focuses that I want to have when I'm doing this. I want to focus on brand deals that are niche specific. And in order to do that, I can't just wait around. I need to reach out to brands. So once I gain a little bit of a following, I'm not waiting for 10,000 or a super huge number to do this, but I need to start reaching out to brands and actually selling why they should work with me. Another thing I want to do is learn more about affiliate marketing. I'm not talking Amazon affiliate where you're just putting links all over your page, but if there are products or services that I am using that are applicable to what I'm doing and services that I actually trust, I want to make sure I'm reaching out to them and seeing if they have an affiliate program. A lot of these monetization opportunities are not as available for faceless pages. I learned this the hard way when I put all my eggs in the basket of faceless YouTube and relied on ad revenue. So this time around, I'm treating it like a business with 4 different social media pages and all with my personal brand. And I want to have at least 3 different pillars of how I can make money through that. This way, if one of the social media companies or websites changes a policy or something happens with your account or one account's not growing the way the other ones are, you don't feel hopeless and you don't have to start doing those spur the moment things to feel like you need to make money when you feel desperate. So all of these combined are going to help me hopefully be successful and have a step in the right direction by the end of the year. So like I said, I want to use the things that I have talked about in this video and look back at them and follow them every single day until the end of the year. I'm going to be posting weekly updates on how things are going. So if you want to see the full behind the scenes process on how it's really like to start a personal brand and see what works and what doesn't, follow along and I'll be posting a lot of these videos.